So SGC here, and it's gonna be a review of Green Lantern with spoilers. So I assume that you watched the film when you're watching this, so please don't watch this if you haven't seen the film. There's another video that I posted up, and it's less, I mean, there shouldn't be any spoilers from my memory. Anyway, so first off, I must say that it was Green Lantern itself is a very full of potential comic character, as it has tons of cast to deal with, and I must say that the film itself, due to its trying to appeal to the masses of non-comic readers, it sort of like really screwed it up for themselves. Because I mean, first thing first, Green Lantern itself, the name talks about Hal Jordan, played by Ryan Reynolds, and there's the Green Lantern Corps. And I swear that when I went to the theaters, I was sort of expecting more of a cast, more of the alien cast, rather than them just showing up a little bit and just talking and just training him and blah blah blah. And I mean, Kilowog and Sinestro was awesome, but then they just seem so underwhelmed. Because I mean, Sinestro is supposed to be the strongest and most powerful Green Lantern after Abin Sur, because he was his apprentice. And I swear I didn't feel like that. And with the post-credit scene, I totally did not see why not even fans, but like normal movie-going people would go like, why would he change to the yellow side? Like, it doesn't really justify for a sequel, because you don't really get the character in a sense of Sinestro, because I did not feel that he had a very negative side to him. I felt like he was very upgoing and like super will. He felt like a real strong character, as in terms of his direction, as in he's a good guy, and the fact that in the post-credit scenes he did what he did, and it just seems to me that it won't resonate well with the new people. Sure. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As in, like, with Green Lantern, they wasted a lot of potential that they had. Like with Hector Hammond, how he died was just kind of like, wow, that's it. And how the Fear entity, I cannot pronounce his names, so I won't bother. Like how he died with the sun and that stuff. I think itself was okay. I did not expect that great of an acting going into theater, and I think it was good enough. Seeing the film afterwards, I don't really see the need of that much hate from critics, as in how people are just comparing it to other films, as in like Thor, Batman, and stuff like that. I mean, sure, there are heroes films, but I don't see the connection. I mean, I give props to both Green Lantern and Thor teams, as in they created this like vast world that is like pretty out there. I mean, if you have to compare all the superhero films, I believe that Batman and Iron Man are pretty easy to do. I mean, Iron Man, it's all technology, and you just ramp up the technology bill, and then wow, you got it. The suit is like ridiculously high tech, and then Batman, you just have to make it dark and gritty. And even to me right now, in my opinion, like Batman Begins and Dark Knight, it wasn't that true to the comics itself, because I didn't feel that Christian Bale really portrayed a Batman that was a detective. Rather, he was just roaming around and just like beating up people. While with Green Lantern, I think that even with the slight changes in origin, I think it was true itself to Green Lantern, the comics. I mean, Oa could have been more technology savvy, but I guess they would have pulled comparisons to Iron Man and say, oh, it wasn't technology high enough, like how blah blah blah. And yeah, I think people are just here to bash the film, and I'm pretty upset, because I think Green Lantern, for me, when I read Green Lantern, like Green Lantern for me, I started reading it when it was during the Rebirth series, so then I caught up to the Blackest Day and Blackest Night and Brightest Day series arcs, and I must say to me he resonates more than Batman and Superman. I mean, a normal person technically even can be a Green Lantern, as in they just have to have a strong willpower, and with will it's not really it's subjective. You can't really have a meter of counting how much will you have. But let's say with Batman or Superman, I mean, like who can say that, oh, my parents died and I know how that feels and I'm rich at the same time. Like, I mean, I get you have orphans, but then they're not like loaded, and then they don't have this crime, like this need to fight crime for injustice. Or Superman, who's like an alien and can do anything a human being can and a lot more. And for me, like, Green Lantern is applicable to me because it's just like, you put on a ring and you got it, because that's all you need. You need the ring and your willpower, and bam, you're done. So I guess I'm diverging and going off on a tangent, but yeah, Green Lantern, I would rate it out of 10. Would it be 6? Yeah. It's pretty hard to get a 9 or 10 out of me, and yeah, I mean, I give it props again, like I've said before, how it created the universe, but it really wasted its potential of building a world of itself. That's a problem I have with a lot of superhero films right now. It sort of feels like when you're watching the film, that's when the world rotates. As in, like if you go out the theater, the world stops. But that's not necessarily the case if they're trying to convey the feeling of like the actual comics. Because there's so many titles out there, and as you read one, like say you read Batman, and the world still turns, even in the world of Superman, blah blah, because they're all interconnected world. And I don't feel that sense when they just end up killing each of the villains that are pretty out there. I mean, like, they killed off Hector, they killed off Two-Face. I mean, but these people still exist in like the Green Lantern universe and the Batman universe. And yeah, so that is all. 6 out of 10. I give it props for the aesthetics. CGI could have been improved. Storyline could have been more comic lore. I think it was dumbed down pretty much, too much, I think. And yeah, to get it out of 7 or 8, I would have said, just to focus more on the aliens. But then I guess that would have a Green Lantern Corps movie, but I think they should have more screen time and just more character development. That's what it lacked. And yeah, that is all from me. And for the Green Lantern review, hopefully, or maybe I'll put up Thor, which came out like, I don't know, like in May. And yeah, maybe. Alright, like the video, subscribe, and see you later. Thanks.